The working memory model. Describe and evaluate the working memory model, 16 marks. The working memory model by Baddeley and Hitch replaced the idea of a unitary short-term memory. It suggests that a system involving active processing and short-term storage information is at play. Key features include the central executive, the phonological loop, and the visual spatial sketchpad. The central executive is an attentional process that monitors incoming data, makes decisions, and allocates slave systems to tasks. It doesn't store data. One of the slave systems is the phonological loop, which deals with auditory information. It has two subdivisions: the phonological loop store, the phonological store, which stores words that you hear, and it's like your inner ear, and the articulatory process, which is used for words that are heard or seen. These words are silently repeated like an inner voice. This is a form of maintenance rehearsal. The second slave system is the visual spatial sketchpad, which deals with the visual and spatial information. It also has two subdivisions: the visual cache, which stores information about visual items, for example, color, and the inner scribe, which deals with spatial information. The third slave system is the episodic buffer, which provides an extra storage system because the central executive has no storage capacity. It integrates information from the phonological loop and visual spatial sketchpad to construct the bigger picture. All slave systems have a limited capacity. A3. Support for separate slave systems comes from case studies where individuals have experienced brain damage. For example, KF had poor short-term memory for verbal information but could process visual information normally. This suggests that the phonological loop had been damaged, leaving other areas of memory intact. This increases the validity of the working memory model. However, much of the research comes from case studies. Case studies are notoriously unreliable as they are unique events that cannot be generalized. This makes the research into the working memory model idiographic, thus reducing its reliability and support for the model. Further support comes from dual task studies. Participants have more difficulty doing two visual tasks than doing both a visual and a verbal task at the same time. This increased difficulty is because the visual tasks are competing for the same slave system, which has limited capacity, whereas when doing a visual and a verbal task, there's no competition. This suggests that the slave systems can work independently of each other at the same time, and this increases the support for the working memory model. The working memory model has been criticized for its lack of clarity over the central executive. Cognitive psychologists suggest that this component of the working memory model is unsatisfactory and doesn't really explain anything. Baddeley himself said it's the most important but least understood. The central executive needs to be more understood than just simply being attention. Due to that, the working memory model hasn't been fully explained, thus reducing its validity as an explanation for memory.